So his name did pop up in previous evidence as Jesse Brown. Some of you may have heard this name as well. He was actually once previously introduced as the CEO of Himalaya Exchange, and he said he resigned in January of 2023. Before that, he was doing a lot of crypto work, and it was revealed that he was like self-taught, which is a fair statement, self-taught crypto architect almost. Like he oversaw a lot of projects relating to crypto
companies. Did he have a non-prosecution agreement with the government?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he has a non-prosecution agreement. You know, for the things he did potentially for Guo Media, GTV, for something he did in the past, and I think it was 2007.
2007, yeah.
For mortgage application because he misrepresented his income. And this is mainly the three things that he will not get prosecuted if he tells the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
What was the main argument they were really trying to make through this witness from the government side?
Yeah, for sure. So because he held like the CEO position, later transitioning to president of the Himalaya Exchange, actually, they were trying to delegitimize like Himalaya Exchange as a trading exchange, crypto exchange. Through his understanding of what is conventional and what is not.
At one point, you know, there's a seizure of the fund. That's the fund that's which is in the reserve of the Himalaya Exchange. The reserve is the reserve, basically the pool of money that's backed up for the Himalaya dollar by $1. $1 Himalaya dollar is for $1 US dollar. So you see the the document that's been shown again, the Himalaya dollar credit on Himalaya ecosystem platforms is equal to around $401 million. But he has no knowledge on how much money the Himalaya Exchange Reserve has, or, you know, except for what's being shown in the documents. After the seizure of the fund, the customers or the people who owns the coins or owns the dollars, they cannot exchange or redeem on the platform.
Right.
And then he mentioned about the effect on the price of the coin. He said, he had a lot of fear that there's going to be a big run, which means a lot of people is going to sell the coin at once, so the price would drop very, very low. But then in terms of what happened is it only very little drop. You remember?
Yeah. So there was low volume, but the price was still maintained of the coin. So he said that perhaps it was like bots upholding the value of the coin. But you know, with anyone with a bit of investing knowledge knows that if the volume's low and the price is stable, that usually means that a lot of people are in it for the long-term investment, right?
Yes.
And the cross exam was pretty interesting to watch, to be honest, because at first we established that his role was not code or IT based, right? That's first and foremost. He was more so like an architect, like focusing on the procedures of how like the crypto should be built to his understanding, right? And basically that because he actually mentioned previously in his testimony that he felt like despite being the CEO, he had no one to report to him.
Input.
Yeah, he doesn't give input, but like he was mostly responsible for like the way that it was the project progressed and in what ways the project should have progressed, right? And then to go back onto the on-chain, off-chain transactions, he at first said that you can't have transactions occur off a blockchain, which is a very interesting statement to hear from someone as experienced from crypto as he is, right? So our lawyer, Scott, had to circle back a long way, giving many examples of how, let's say, a transaction could occur off of the blockchain.
He's giving like a lecture to this witness about how this cryptocurrency works, and there's a possibility for different exchange to happen, right?
On just this one concept, they probably spent about 20 minutes.
That's quite a lot of time.
Yeah, until we loop back and he said, okay, it's possible that transactions could occur that's not visible to the public eye.
He would ask if the reasons the reasons for user to want to have off-chain transaction, and he said, "Oh, I don't think there's reason for them to do so, right?" But then once again, our lawyer Scott Shirk, he gave a lot of examples saying, "Oh, for example, to settle quicker and it's less expensive
Right.
when you
Avoid some fees."
Yeah, when the fees when you do an off-chain transaction, and then later on he agreed. Oh, I guess, yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most important part of the cross-examination was just before we left. It was to basically give the jurors some nuance, as in this wasn't the final form of the Himalaya Exchange. As outlined by the white papers, as outlined by the phases that they had stated in their mission statement, that this private ledger trading of the Himalaya Exchange was always meant to be temporary. As they build up their phases. They want to be able to trade on chain, right? The HDO and the HCN.
Right.
They want to be able to service other cryptocurrencies as well, right? And they were all working towards this. They want to be able to service like the ecosystem with HPay and whatnot. So it all credits like Himalaya Exchange as a legitimate system, a legitimate ecosystem.
It was the so-called, they called it ambitious plan, but it was the plan. That was the ultimate plan. That's,
we know it's ambitious, and that's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, the NFSC in general has the most ambitious plan, which is to take down the CCP.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
I think to look at a lot of these G series, the ecosystem that they're trying to create is the fact that this is still a very early stage.
Absolutely.
We can't really look at it from that standpoint yet because, like you guys said, there has been so much effort and so much thought put into creating these systems that we just have to give it more time to let it really develop and grow into what it's intended to be.
Right.